All right, we have a new D&D session today. We are playing with a handful of our Dungeon Master level patrons who are coming in at level 1 because previously on our session, everybody was level 20, but in a war-torn world. Then all of a sudden, all these people that are walking around in a non-war-torn world get slammed with divine energy. And all of these memories and crazy things just got implanted into their heads as if they had lived an entire life. But the amount that they recall it is kind of up to them because all of a sudden, these players in a very normal world are know without a shadow of a doubt that there is an oncoming war. And it is coming in at some point in the future. And it is a war that is so terrible it lasts for over 1,000 years. But they need to figure out how to stop it or how to deal with it, or maybe they don't want to do anything with it. They're in this new world and they're level 1s. So they are currently in the kingdom of Tolmor, which is one of the main forces in that future war. Then they're going to be the other force in that war is the kingdom of Vengroth. Now, nobody knows what started the war, but whether or not the players decide to do anything about it is up to them. T. Browning, thank you so much for following. So, they are all suddenly slammed into these bodies. They were very powerful in the future, but all of a sudden they're in the bodies of level 1s, and they know their reality much more in this timeline. They just happen to have these future memories living along with their current life. But they're all in the kingdom of Tolmor, in this major city, and they're right near the docks, and they all can immediately know that they are connected to the other folks that suddenly have memories implanted into them. All the people around are kind of like, what the hell just happened, as some divine light came down. But it's as if they know that there's a connection with these folks around them, and they all realize that they're all also have a ticket to go to the kingdom of Vengroth on a voyage across the sea. So you're all near the docks. You're in this rather peaceful town, although people are looking at you a little weird as this divine light suddenly came down and then immediately disappeared. What would you all like to do? Oh, and by the way, we have 4 players today. Sarkeesian, a wizard who is a human, and Jonathan, spelled with a G, who is an elf cleric, Lucian, a human fighter, and Maxie, a human bard. So, what would you all like to do?
Oh, what was all that just now? Wow. Enlightenment, future, war, what? I guess I'm on my way to Vangraf for more gigs. That's the
Says the Maxie the bard.
I'm
Okay,
Maxie the Bard.
after how last session ended, okay, so war happens at some point. We have no idea why it happens. All my friends are gone, and everyone I've ever known is gone. Oh God. Okay.
Lucian's
Yeah.
just getting a weird feeling that something is off, even though it's pretty normal to travel between the countries.
Sarkeesian is wondering what he drank last night.
Go ahead and make a history check.
Let's see. Sarkeesian rolls at 21.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
All right, with a 21, you wind up it's almost like you're going through a Rolodex really quickly. And for those that don't know what Rolodex is, that just made me feel old. But it's like you're going through the pages in your mind immediately quickly, and you're like, wait, I didn't drink anything that would cause this. And you're like mentally sorting through these memories that are suddenly in a place that they weren't before. And you're like, where did all these memories come from?
Sarkeesian says, now I do need a drink. What happened?
I say, Lucian says, you might need a drink. We're about to take like a hot air ride
It'll be a
Boat.
voyage by
It's a
boat, like by the sea.
boat.
Oh,
Ooh.
boy.
Ugh.
Okay,
suppose-
boats. I
You
don't
might
like
want to take
boats.
something with that. That's about to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to go on a boat to where?
Both we're all traveling together, says Maxie.
Yeah, you all have a ticket on the same boat, including some of the members of this party who are not here today, but they're going to be kind of just following along. But yeah, you all have a ticket to Vengroth. It's about a 1 week travel by sea.
Oh, it doesn't be like the Pokemon SSN. Okay.
Glad to have you aboard with me. I'm Maxie, and I start to play a gentle tune.
You find make a performance check, yeah. Ooh, with a 20,
Hey.
we're rolling high right
Damn.
off the bat for level 1s.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, everybody finds this tune very soothing, and it kind of calms everybody's mind a little bit. So the chaos of what just happened is a little more easy to handle.
I hope you're able to keep that up.
Right.
knowing that he feels a little bit of perturbation all the same while he does this, knows that he also has been practicing at his lute for as long as he can remember.
Okay. How much time do we have before the trip?
It can depart
Oh.
later this afternoon, or you can take the next boat, which would be in 2 days.
Ooh.
Hey, how much would we remember about the history of like everything before the war, just in general?
Make a
You said it
well. I
happened
mean,
for thousands of
you've lived. I mean, you guys in your current body, you've just been living here, like it's normal.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a history check
See how
to
much I
whatever
recall
the
of
memories
that.
that got implanted, go ahead and make a history check. You don't remember a ton about what happened. It could be your disorientation.
Oh wait, it was in that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with a net
No.
1. Yeah.
Oh, and another
Two
nat
nat
one.
one.
Double net
Oh.
ones. Yeah, you're both like, and it's just like even trying to remember, it's like causing a splitting headache as these memories are new, and it's like
Okay.
it's like driving ice pick into your brain.
Hey, where'd you get that beard? I kind of need one now.
Okay, how do I Dorothy myself back home?
I'll take some as well while I'm continuing to play. I grab one and then I continue to strum.
You think they got drinks on
There's Max.
the boat?
You know, without a doubt, they will have drinks on the boat.
It's probably a bar on the boat. How nice of a boat is it?
Pretty
Oh,
nice. I mean, it's
and-
not like upscale or anything, but it's like
Yeah.
a pretty
Like,
regular.
are we middle class?
Are we
Yeah.
talking about Alaskan
Okay.
Alaskan cruise or Royal Caribbean?
Yeah, it's in airline form. You're not flying Spirit Airlines, but you're not flying first class either. So you're probably flying
still-
like Southwest or United.
Or
Okay.
business class though, right?
The
No, just
equivalency
basic
in
economy.
medieval-
So-
Okay.
We're gonna be crap.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
We're gonna
you
have
probably
little
have like,
leg room.
yeah, you have
Like-
like a cabin with like a hammock in it. It's not anything fancy.
Okay, we
You
gotta
probably
get
share
on.
it.
Well, later this afternoon, we got a couple hours. What do you guys actually remember?
I'll roll a history check with that question.
Sure.
Says Maxie.
But you say I'm gonna roll a history.
Oh,
Maxie,
No, I
you
don't say that.
roll a history check too, and you're like, man, it is just hard to remember what the hell happened.
this is perfect right now. This is straight
I get the
perfect.
I get the sense that I wasn't so good at remembering things then either. Wow.
Well then,
Or
okay.
Wherever I was. Oh.
Oh, this is what we get for trying to recall on a memory as it happened.
And hello,
All right,
elemental.
we
freak,
should
thank you for
probably-
chiming in.
I'm
I
gonna go
stopped
get.
playing my. Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna go get a drink.
Use a drink as well. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head over to the boat to have a drink before it departs.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you board. There's a handful of people coming on. It looks like there's a lot of cargo getting loaded on as well. They try and take advantage of these week-long voyages to ship whatever they can because there's a decent amount of trade amongst Tulmore and Vengroth. And you hop
Okay,
on
so-
board.
Okay, so the countries had relatively good relations before the war.
Yeah.
What caused the war? God, it was because of like a tree or something. Okay.
I get the sense that. Oh. Maxie.
Wow, this is actually a pretty small boat.
Yeah. The more and more I tried to expand that boat, the more
The blurrier it got.
the blurrier it got. Yeah. But just imagine that it's much bigger. You're just placing yourself around to figure the general area of where your character is for this voyage.
Okay.
I mean, that's what
So-
100 feet. That's a pretty good sized boat.
Okay,
So
so,
as-
we should figure out.
Yeah, as you wind up
Flag.
boarding, there's not a whole lot that's happening. Like, it's pretty normal from what you can tell so far.
How's the crew looking?
They're all looking like they're just loading up. It's like a normal standard day. You definitely have a few that are like the old sea folk that have been here for too many generations type of thing. But the majority of them are pretty
Just
old
standard
people.
fare.
I don't know. Why would
Why
do
is
I do it like an insight check? See if if I get a hint of mutiny.
Go ahead, make an insight
Treachery?
check.
This isn't a pirate boat. Okay.
Hey,
You
we
never
don't know.
Is there
Oh
a
my-
person like
Don't know.
in charge of the boat?
Yeah, there's still like a ship
I'll
captain.
do the help action.
Do you have proficiency in insight?
Yes.
Okay, then yes. Lucian, you can roll again. The
that's better.
13, you're looking around and you're like, it doesn't seem like anybody's nefarious. You do notice that somebody loading on cargo does seem nervous.
Not my
much-
problem.
Much more anxious than just like general anxiety. Like they look a little shifty.
Oh.
Maxie will see that what Lucian has seen.
Yeah,
and
Lucian would
will
be like,
walk over-
whistle at them and be like, "Hey, that guy looks a little suspicious."
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maxie walks over to him and looks to ask, "Would you be willing to tell me what seems to trouble you, good sir?"
It's like,
And I'm gonna roll.
Nothing. If you want to make
Are you
a
absolutely
persuasion
sure?
check, yeah, make a persuasion check.
Yes.
Oh, 19. Let's see how I do. He looks you dead in the eye and just goes, "Nothing is wrong," and then he just seems like stone cold about it and keeps loading. It's like all of a sudden you like affirmed his strength of will as I rolled a nat 20.
Okay. Well, let's.
Hey,
He's probably like doing some. Wait, no. War starts in 1,000 years. Nothing he does.
No,
will,
the
like,
the
some-
war starts at some point in the future. The war lasts over 1,000 years.
Oh, so how long until?
It
don't know how
could
far
start.
back we
It
would
could start next week. It could start in 10 years. You don't know.
I mean, I'll live.
We
I'm
just
an elf
we just
now.
know that we were here before the war.
I didn't know
Yep.
it started 1,000 years ago. Holy crap! I just realized that.
Yeah, we're 1,000 years in the past, and all our friends are gone. Oh.
Yeah, that
Well,
part,
actually, no.
I
My
didn't
friends
realize.
are.
I didn't realize
least
the
we-
war was 1,000
At
years
least-
ago.
Yeah.
At least we have each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
actually,
So,
no,
sir,
my friends are
Christine.
probably still alive. You know what? Never mind. All right. What is there to do on the boat?
You can gamble.
Yeah, what can we do
You
on-
can sleep. You can read. You can fish. You can sneak around and see what's in the cargo holds, or you can chat with other folks that are on the boat. Whatever you want.
I'll do another performance.
All right. Make a
I
performance
Mac
check.
will do another.
With a
Oh,
16,
all
you
right.
make a fairly riveting performance. And you, what type of tune are you playing?
I'll say a jaunty sort of ribald tune about what's it? Just like sort of a sea shanty sort of tune about how we're all out here out in the ocean and trying to looking to find out how world is going on the other side of this trip.
Yeah, so you start singing along, and then like it's a fairly well-known tune. So anybody that works on the boat seems to kind of like liven up, and they're like untying everything faster, and the boat disembarks, and you hear like
Oh,
the other
I should add,
sailors start to
also-
stomp along, and even some of the other people taking this trip that aren't sailors, they're kind of like enjoying and drinking, and all you get a good crowd riled up.
Maxie's also interspersing choruses and hooks, occasional pan flute solos.
Okay. Uh, let's go down the line. Jonathan, what are you doing during this? I only saw you move.
I'll watch his performance.
All right, you start
Assuming
watching this.
most people who aren't working probably are. So.
Yeah, most of the people are. Are
If
you
they're-
keeping an eye on the audience, or are you keeping an eye on the sailors?
If there is time though, Maxie would love to gamble.
Okay, yeah, there should be
I'll
time.
look at the audience and see if there's anyone interesting.
Make an insight check. With a 10 on
10.
insight, you're like, I mean, it's the fairly normal crowd as far as you can tell. Lucian, what are you doing?
Just on the first day, or is this just throughout the?
Yeah, this is
Right.
like mostly on the first day.
Okay. I would notice Jonathan is paying attention to the crowd, so Lucian's just walking about, kind of taking in the surroundings of the ship, watching everybody their day-to-day habits, kind of just trying to see if he's knows anyone interesting, or if something seems like out of place.
Okay. Sarkeesian. Actually, since you're trying to see if there's anything out of place, are you saying with the people or with the boat?
With the boat.
Okay. Do you have any history of sailing?
Probably not.
Okay. Make a general perception check then. The 7, you're like,
right.
It's a boat. It seems to be floating. It's working as expected.
He's just
Sarkis.
knocking around on the wall. It's just like, yep, that's wood.
Yep.
That's wood.
That's a thing.
Oh,
And then you see like
more wood.
ropes going up. You're like, that rope
Huh?
is tied to a thing.
That's what a
Sarkeesian.
sail looks like.
Yeah. Sarkeesian, what are you doing?
Are there other passengers on the ship besides us?
Yes.
I will check them out and introduce myself to the closest one.
Okay. Yeah, so the closest one near you seems to be, let's actually roll for that.
Random, yeah.
Yeah, so there happens to be go right down here. It looks like it's a family. You introduce yourself to the dad. There is a father, a mother, and 2 children. And you walk up to the dad, and he seems to be enjoying the performance. And his kids are like especially enjoying it, and they're like jumping around nonstop as they're probably around 7, 8 years old each. But Dad's like, "Oh, how can you enjoying your travels so far?"
Yep. And Sarkeesian is 2 feet tall. So
Yeah.
he looks up and says, "Yep. Yes, so far so good. We've just taken off, but everything seems to be in order. My name is Sarkeesian. Who are you?"
Says, "I am Grenethal." And he seems to be like fairly proud of himself. He is definitely of elven heritage. And he is wearing like a green cap, and he seems to feel like, you get the general insight that he is like very confident, if not cocky.
Gotcha. Is his family elven too?
He is elven, and his whole family is elven. Yeah.
All elven. Okay.
They all seem to also have very fair skin, so they wouldn't be of drow heritage or anything like that.
Gotcha. So what brings you to Vingroth?
He's like, "Oh, we have some family ties there. You know how it goes. But, well, I can't talk too much about it." And make an insight check.
Okay.
Uh,
Seems perfectly normal to Sarkeesian.
Yep, you're immediately like, all right, cool. Like
That
you
tracks.
think he doesn't want to talk about it, then you don't want to ask about it.
Yep. So what do you do for a living?
He's like, "Well, my family is amongst the nobility." And he's like, as you somehow miraculously stumble upon what he wanted to talk about anyways. And he's just like, he basically wants to brag that his family has like noble ties, but you can tell like he is on this commoner boat with other commoners. He's probably not of the same noble house as the rest of his family, if his family is really of noble birth at all.
Gotcha.
But he's just like, "Yeah, so we
excuse
do
me.
various dealings as nobility. You know how it goes." And he just very
Yes.
excitedly.
Tax collection and such. It's all very fascinating.
He
So,
says, "Oh, you have no idea."
I'll just hang out with him and make small talk for a little bit.
Okay, you do. And he like very much wanting to prove himself, he buys you like various rounds of drinks as he's like trying to show off. And you can very easily notice his wife is like rolling her eyes at him like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be spending all that money." And as the performance goes on and you're all inspecting the boat, enjoying the crowd, night falls. You have 2 cabins amongst all of you. Each one has two hammocks in it, and they're under the main deck. And you know that there's like the main deck, which is where everybody like is out and about on. Then under the main deck, there's like the cabins where everybody actually sleeps. And then the lowest deck is for the cargo. But you are welcome to go and rest or do whatever you'd like for the first night.
After I'm done with an afternoon of playing music, and we're in the evening, I'd actually like to have a Maxi here go gambling.
All right. So as the night drops, you go gambling. They're playing a few various games.
Yeah.
We have dice or
what's
cards.
Cards.
Cards. All right. You see that there are a few sailors who are definitely playing cards by lamplight. Go ahead and make a D100 roll.
On, here we go. I'll say that my plan is to bet conservatively going in.
Okay.
Knowing that I'm a little troubled in general. Ooh. Okay, I rolled a 3.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. You know you have a
Oh my God.
shit hand, but some other folks are betting pretty considerably, especially some of the sailors. A few people wind up folding. What are you going to do with your hand? There's one person that seems to be holding onto his cards.
I'm gonna try and bluff.
Okay. Go ahead and make a deception check.
And dirty 20
Dirty
on the
20.
dice.
He looks at you and he's like, all right. And he winds up feeling fairly confident, but he's like, all right, you got it. And he throws his cards in. And you wind up you wind up winning. What is the sum of, let's see, we'll roll all these. 7 copper, 2 silver, and 2 gold.
Nice. 7 copper, 2 silver, 2 gold. All right, I'm adding that to my inventory.
right.
Maxie's adding it to his inventory. Above the table question. Just a reminder: everybody's human.
No, there's a handful of various races. Sarkeesian's a human, even though he's 2
amongst
foot
their
tall.
party.
Oh yeah, there's there's a dwarf that is gambling. There's 2 humans and 1 half orc that is gambling.
But amongst the party that was with me.
Yeah, I believe everybody's human. Sarkeesian, you're 2 feet tall, but you're still a human.
That is correct.
I'm
Okay.
an elf.
I took the
Oh,
small
yeah.
variant.
Sorry, Jonathan is an elf.
So the intention behind that is Maxie is a musician, and per the musician feature, per musician feat, he can offer an encouraging song that gives heroic inspiration to allies, up to 2 allies who hear the song.
Okay.
So I'm looking to give him heroic inspiration.
All right, so you're giving it to Jonathan and Sarkeesian or Lucian, or Maxie.
Sarkeesian and Lucian. No, wait,
Okay.
no, not Sorry, I'm a little confused. To the elf amongst us, and
Okay, so
to Sarkeesian. Yeah.
Okay, so Sarkeesian and Jonathan, you have heroic inspiration.
Right.
And then we're gonna go.
Humans get one naturally from the long.
Yeah, as a human, you get one naturally, but that happens at the end of a long rest. So you have one now. If you gain another one at a long rest, you can immediately give it away, because that's apparently how heroic inspirations work. If you have one already, you can give it to somebody. So
I'm gonna go.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
would
Jonathan.
like to go drink.
All right,
A
you
lot.
go.
You know,
You
they were
go
just
in.
sent 1,000 years in the past. Their whole life is gone. All their friends are gone. Yeah.
Make a
They're gonna go
constitution.
drink.
You
Yeah,
start
they're gonna go
slamming
drink
it down
without-
with sailors, and they know how to drink. So go ahead and make a constitution saving throw. Ooh, you are able to keep up with most of the sailors pretty well, and you are able to keep it down too. You even outdrink a significant amount of them, and they're very surprised, especially from an elf. As a dwarf looks up at you, and he's just like, "I've never seen an elf that drinks so well," and he's like cheersing you.
It has resistance, so I just had a default.
Sure.
I cast it before I drink, so like no one notices.
All right.
It was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You outdrink the majority. Sarkeesian, what are you up to?
I will also play cards.
Okay. Make roll a D100.
You got it.
You have the equivalent of like a decent pair. Do you want to gamble? Do you want to bet? Do you want to do anything?
I will fold. I have
You
limited
fold.
resources.
All right, so you fold, and you see the hand go by, and then it actually goes head to head with two of the sailors, and you see somebody slam down what is essentially a full house, and you're like, "Oh, good thing I got out of that."
Exactly. Very good.
And then let's jump over to Lucian. What are you doing?
Lucian will partake in the drinking habits.
All right, are you drinking for sport, or are you just drinking casually?
Oh, casually drinking. It
All
just
right, so
just enough to get buzzed and keep my wits, but nothing to like knock me out.
All right, cool. You have a few drinks. Night winds up taken, and you successfully deal with your first day at sea. The next day comes, and you're all woken up as suddenly the sea seems to be tossing and turning quite a bit. It's getting surprisingly rocky, but then all of a sudden it calms down. And it's a normal day. Hey, Zidane. Yeah, we're not doing Pirates of the Caribbean yet, but we'll see what happens. So it seems to calm down, and then a normal day comes up again. You know, a lot of people just tend to like read their books or play games or do whatever on this ship ride. Anything that you would all like to do on this second day, as you have a full week at sea.
I am summoning my familiar from its pocket dimension, wherever it goes.
Okay.
And it is a baboon. And I have baboon clothes for it. So it's dressed as a noble.
Okay.
And I spend the day smoking my pipe or sharing my pipe with a baboon, playing Dragon Chess.
Okay.
Which hopefully I
With the
win most of the
baboon.
time because it only has an intelligence of 4. That's a
Make
weekend.
a intelligence saving throw,
Intelligence saving throw.
because I can't think of a better ability check that would. All right.
7.
Let's see.
Baboon might win.
This
A
is
baboon
against baboon.
has intelligence of 4.
Yeah,
It's like a
he's
minus what, 3?
yeah, he does wind up losing pretty much every time.
Oh,
And to answer Zidane's question, they have not met the captain yet. They've seen him around, but they haven't like introduced themselves. But he tends to be pretty busy. All right, we'll go down to Jonathan. What are you doing on your second day
Well,
at sea?
I got up after getting probably shit-faced drunk. Got like the worst headache, so I'm just
Make a
trying
Constitution
not-
saving throw.
yeah.
You
Oh.
recover and you're like, and you kind
Oh,
of just stretch. The light's a little bright for a second, but you like immediately adjust. Like it's like, oh, all right, I'm good.
Well, I guess I'll just see if there's anyone interesting to make conversation with.
All right. Are you just picking somebody at random, or is there some sort of feature you're
actually-
looking out for?
I'll just pick someone at random.
Okay. All right. You see that there is a man looking through a book and taking like very intense notes.
I see what he's reading.
Let me guess, Captain Jack Sparrow. We haven't seen him yet, but I won't necessarily disqualify Captain Jack Sparrow. And hey, Roar. Hey there. So
Can I see what
he
he's reading?
seems like kind of nervous about showing the book. He's like, yeah, it's just important studies of mine.
Can I roll perception to see?
Yeah, make a perception check. Actually, you can make an Arcana check.
Oh, it's much better. Okay, now.
It looks familiar. It's definitely some sort of like, some sort of spell book, or he's definitely writing down some incantations of some
Oh,
sort,
he's just
or
a
like,
wizard.
yeah, he seems to be like heavily taking notes about some sort of spell casting. But he's just like, oh yeah, it's just some personal studies. That's it. No big deal.
Ah, you're a wizard. Okay.
It's like, yep, that's just run of the mill wizard.
When you said that makes me.
Make
Yeah,
an insight
alright.
check.
Insight.
Oh,
With that, you can tell that he is a wizard. He definitely is writing something magical or taking notes about some sort of magical study, but he's very nervous about the thing he's studying, and he knows that it's not well perceived a lot of the time.
Yeah. Alright.
And you would
He
probably
seems.
you would probably assume he's writing notes about necromancy.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not one to judge. I've technically. Oh. Well, yeah, no, I'm not one to. Am I? Yeah, my character is very confused because they don't. Well, they're technically two people. One of them doesn't like necromancy because they're a cleric. The other one doesn't mind it at all. Okay. I am gonna just. I mean, he seems occupied. I'll leave him be.
Okay. Lucian, what are you doing?
now that everybody on the ship has ground being, now Lucian is going to approach people that look like merchants or I don't want to say people that have odd jobs, but people who seem to have cargo on the ship. Kind of introduce himself as a new free mercenary and
Okay.
is looking for work at when we get to shore.
Okay. You introduce yourself to a handful of people in that respect, and one guy, he looks over and he's like, I think I could use your services. If you wouldn't mind checking on something I got down in the cargo hold just to make sure it's safe, I'd really appreciate it. In fact, if you just kind of make sure everything's good with that, I'll give you a gold as soon as we get to shore.
What is this
He's like,
cargo?
and I don't know if we're going to be running into a Hydra yet, Zidane, but no, he's just like, I have a chest, and it should be just down in the cargo, and he like kind of gives you a general idea of where it would be, and he's just like, it's locked in one of the rooms, or not even really, it's not even locked in one of the rooms. He's like, it's in this particular cargo hold. It's just a chest. I want to make sure that it's doing okay. It's in good shape.
Oh, okay. That's it. Sure, you want me to do that? You don't want to ask one of the sailors on the ship?
He's like, no, you never trust those sailors. A lot of times they deal with pirates and stuff, and you seem like an upstanding person. I would love to have your services, and I know you're a mercenary, so you like to keep stuff safe. I got a
any
gold
work right
coin
now
waiting
is
for you.
any small work right now is work, and I need to spread my name as fast as possible. So, first step, here we go.
All right, so you head on down to the cargo hold, and it's pretty dark down there, but there's some like hanging lanterns and stuff. And
I cast light.
Okay, you cast light. It is much brighter, and as you come down to the cargo hold, you find the room that he mentioned earlier. And as you open it up, there's a lot of different like sections of cargo, but there's a very large chest, very obviously there. And I need you to
Go
make
inspect the check.
All right, so you go and inspect it. Make an investigation check.
Ho, ho, ho.
With a 9,
You son of a bitch.
you start getting pretty close. And then right when you're about a foot away, really looking, it opens up and a tongue wraps around you and
Son of a-
starts trying to pull you in. And as soon as that happens, it starts pulling you in. I need you to make a strength check. Or a strength saving throw.
Okay.
You manage to resist as it's starting to pull you closer and closer. And then all of a sudden, you see a halberd stab into the top of this mimic. And it like just goes into this goo instead. This sort of amorphous blob. And you look up and the halberd is being held by a full suit of plate armor that you had seen in the cargo hold, but it was just like standing there and you assumed it was a suit of armor. It pulls its halberd out, goes back to its stance, and then just puts a finger in front of its mouth to saying like shh, but it doesn't say any words. And then it freezes in place.
Yeah, can I do like a arcana check or something to determine what the hell happened with the suit?
You can make an arcana check. There's you get this like weird sense that there's something tied to the suit, as if there's nothing in it but the suit itself is alive.
Is there like a crest or a logo on the suit?
Not that I'll allow that nat 20 in arcana to like carry over to be also a level of investigation. You can't really tell. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any sort of notable features. It seems to be like a very basic suit of armor, but it is very like fully covered, as in if you didn't know magically that there wasn't anything in there, you would have no idea that there was nobody in that suit.
Okay, suit. You can keep your secret. I'm gonna go deal with the dude who's trying to transport monsters.
Okay. So you head on back up, and you see the guy.
Do I go to him or do I go to the sailors? Do I go to him or do I go to the sailors? Let's flip. Odds, evens. All right, we're going to him.
Okay. You head on up. You charge right up to him, and he seems like surprised to see you. He's just like, everything going okay with the chest?
Yeah. Lucian grabs him, brings him in, and says, "You son of a bitch! You set me up. Who are you, and what are you doing on this ship? And what was up with the mimic? Huh? Little test drive?"
And all the sailors start gathering around. They're like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
Hey, do you guys have like a private room for us to talk about this? And I would recommend you grab the captain as also. Just may concern him.
The captain, they immediately like run off because they can tell how serious you are. And somebody grabs the captain. The captain comes out and says, "What seems to be the problem here?" And he is this very large half Goliath, and he's very like he kind of like stomps across the bridge of the ship, And he's just like, I don't like conflict on my ship.
Oh, but how do you like monsters?
He looks down and he's like, what do you mean, monsters?
Oh, this little guy right here, he tried to transport a mimic to the new, to across on your ship. Probably
And
trying to sell it or something.
he bends down to the man who he is like at least 3 feet taller than, and he gives him like a big eye, and he's immediately like, is this true? And the man starts skirting. He's like, of course not. I don't know what this guy's talking about. It's not. I would never transport monsters.
His words exactly. Go check my chest inside downstairs in the hall. I want to make sure it's secured. If you go downstairs and check for a chest, you'll see that it was a mimic.
He looks over at you, and then he
Actually, you know what? Let's do this better. Let's bring his ass down there, and we can all see for himself.
and you see he grabs the man by the shirt, and he like has his hand on the back of your shirt as well. He's just like, we'll all go down together. And
Oh,
he
that's fine.
stomps down. You make your way down to the cargo hold, and you see the amorphous blob. The suit of armor is no longer in there, but the blob is there, and he looks down, and he's just like, this was a mimic. You know the fees for transporting monsters. You were trying to get a cheap ride. And then he's just like, come on, cough up the real fee and the penalties. And the guy's just like, oh, I don't have it. And he's just like, then too bad. And he grabs him. You see him open up this porthole, and then he just takes him and shoves him through the porthole, and he's out in the sea.
Hang on, can you hold that up
That's-
1 second?
that's-
Bye, sucker!
and the man looks, and the captain looks down at you and just immediately says, sorry for the trouble. No, please conduct
yeah,
yourself orderly amongst my ship. And then he walks away.
One question. You know everything that is probably all the cargo that's coming onto the ship. You probably have a log. Who's the owner of a full-size armor?
He's just like, I don't know, some merchant. They tend to ship a lot of goods, especially smiths.
Because I might need to find him to tell him that his armor's now missing.
He looks on his chart, and he's just like,
Because Lucian will then point where like the empty spot where the armor was, like it was right there when I came in.
he's just like, those damn mimics will eat anything sometimes. And he's just like, it was supposed to be sent. And then he like makes a note. It was supposed to go to a small town that is. It's supposed to. It's supposed to go to a newly formed town that is northwest of Vengroth.
Okay.
And you make note of it. I'm gonna write
Yep.
down what it's called. It's called Reptora.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to get me and my companions to travel though. Tell them about this suit armor that now has disappeared.
Yes, Reptora.
Anyways,
Zutera, or
I I will now go back upstairs and conduct myself
all right.
as such.
Then Maxie,
Sorry.
Maxie, what are you up to amongst all this chaos that happened?
Well, before the chaos, there were a couple things. Yeah, I had like a whole. I'll say that I had a whole set of ideas going on. But I'll just talk briefly about it. I'll try to sum it up. So I wanted to note that I probably was drinking throughout the rest of yesterday, throughout the
Okay.
rest of the day. I was drinking moderate amounts with every meal, as would be the custom in the medieval era. And I was also probably, and maybe a little more than usual, just a little more, not much more than that. Probably not enough to require a con save. So I would probably break up with just a little bit of drowsiness and a little bit of pain, because I am feeling the weight of wondering about what happened to my connection to myself, what happened to my connection to the world,
Mm-hmm.
or what happened to something that I lost, and questioning out my gods, Shanti and um, Alundra, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And I decide that this morning I'll take a few minutes just to practice on my lute for a bit, and I'll practice for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll get myself properly dressed, fixed with perfumes and such, and head out onto the deck. And I'll try to cruise a bit before I notice any commotion.
Okay. Then the
And
commotion
I'm looking to
happens,
basically just, yeah,
and you're looking to basically
yeah.
what?
There is something I'm looking to do during that time making commotions. I'm looking to make arrangements for performances and or find allies to aid in any adventure I go on, and any adventure I go on with companions.
Yeah, you do. You kind of come across a few folks. There's one or two people with like a sword or a dagger. A couple of the sailors tend to moonlight as adventurers, but nobody's got any like notable connections. Nothing like really heavy. Most of them
So,
are kind of just do things passively. The occasional quest here and there.
any connections I make from the performance I made the day before that are of
You
note? Did anybody?
do gain from the performance. A few people appreciated it so much that you gain 4 silver.
Thanks to you for the extra dough.
Hmm.
Okay.
Then nighttime comes. What would everybody like to do for the
Oh,
second
wait.
night? Oh, what? What else would you like to
I
do?
guess I drink again.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Max, but yeah, I put myself into the shoes of somebody who's also been who was also basically in the crowd that eventually went down into the crypt to see everything too.
Oh yeah. With that and then
Just
with
wondering, how
that.
do I hold on? I guess I'll use my inspiration here because I literally
Okay.
I haven't used it
And
yet, and obviously I don't know
but real quick, Maxie,
Yeah.
your future self was not necessarily somebody that went into the crypt, but you were just a very powerful person on the side of Tolmor, as it seems to have just pulled some of the most powerful people, as in all like level 20s from the future. It grabbed.
Right.
They didn't even have to necessarily be in that tower.
I mean, I went down with. I'm saying that Maxie would have been with the crowd, alongside the sailors and such that would have gone into checkouts, the area where everything was being transported. I
Oh,
said
okay.
use the word crypts. I
Oh,
probably
yeah.
meant the loading bay
Yeah. Yeah.
or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. You would have seen everything going down. That's fine. So Jonathan, you wind up with your resistance and everything. You can hold your liquor pretty well again, getting a total of a 20, rolling very high for a level 1. Sarkeesian, what are you doing on the second night?
Maxie
The
catches
second
wind
night,
of Jonathan. It's quite a few
um,
drinks there, buddy. Offers him a bardic
Uh,
inspiration.
Okay.
Very good.
Then Sarkeesian, what are you doing?
Sarkeesian
Number is the
uh, looks for is his name Grinthal, the
Yeah.
noble?
Yeah,
And
Grenifal the Noble, he seems to be like relaxing on the deck, and he's like having a few drinks as well. It seems like he's finally like alone, not with his family.
gotcha. Yeah. Ah, well met, good sir, my lord.
And he's just like, I appreciate you using good titles, as he seems to be fairly obviously inebriated.
Well, pleasant night it is tonight.
As indeed.
The I was wondering if you or your family ever had need of magical assistance. Do you have a house wizard by chance?
And he looks over and he's just like, House Wizard? We don't even have a house. We don't have anything.
Mm.
And he seems to be like brutally honest at this point. He's just like, we've been pursuing that crap for so long. None of it matters. And he's just kind of like splashing his drink, and he's like barely awake at this point.
Well, as long as you have your family and your health, there's that at least.
So yeah, my kids are little
And I'm kind
shits.
I'm kind of looking around for somebody else to talk to at this point. Just,
Yeah, you go ahead and look around. Make an insight check.
insight? Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Let's see what we see here. Yeah, just a 10.
With a 10, you look around and you don't notice anybody particularly important until you look and see somebody who also seems to have a spell book.
Oh, well, good night, sir, and enjoy the evening, and best wishes for the family. And I excuse myself. And I meander over to the guy with the spell book.
Yeah, you look over and he immediately shuts the book and he's just like, "Hi, what can I do for you?"
Just good to see another wizard on this boat, another learned man. And I can just sit down. Please, there's another place to sit.
It's like, yeah, sure. And then he kind of like, he like takes a couple pages and covers up his book.
I was like, yeah, don't worry. We've all got our secrets in there.
Says, yeah, we do. And then he just kind of like relaxes a bit, knowing that you're not going to pry too much. He's just like, so, any good spells you've played around with lately?
Nothing lately. No, nothing new at all. Nothing new at all. Just the same old, same old.
It's like, it happens to the best of us. I've been hammering my head against a wall trying to combine some spells. I got this one that's just been driving me nuts.
Oh, maybe I could help. What are you thinking?
It's like, well, how do you feel about, and he like leans in close and looks back and forth, and he's like, necromancers.
Oh, I mean, it's all magic.
It's like,
Magic is
exactly,
magic.
exactly, right? So you should be able to combine this type of magic with this type of magic. And
Yeah,
as long
they're-
as it's,
they're
it can be
tools.
different, if it can be different families, it could still work, right? And then he's like starts opening up his notes, and you can see that he's using some sort of version of Mage Hand and trying to combine it with a necromancy spell to control bones in a way to rip somebody's bones out of their living body.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's interesting. Have you ever considered just using Mage Hand to stop the heart, or maybe mess around in the brain?
It's like, yeah, but that's too simple. I just need the bones. He's like, if they live
Oh.
afterwards, that's up to them. I'm not trying to murder a bunch of people. And he's like, kind of pauses for a second and looks around.
Well, it's like, well, you, cool. Okay. I did hear there was a phase spell where you could pull a bone out of your body and use it as a weapon. I forget the name of it now.
And
I knew that a long time ago.
Yeah, he's just like, that is so good. I should have thought about that one. And then he's immediately starts going back to his notes. And he's like, oh, and by the way, I appreciate the help, really.
Oh, and what was your name?
Oh, sorry. So sorry. My name is, and I have to,
I always forget to do that too. I mean,
Yeah, so
magic
he's
is
just
so
like-
much more interesting than names. Yeah.
I'm Hollivand.
Olivand.
Hollivand. Yeah.
Olivand.
And
I'm
he's just like,
Sarkeesian.
it's a pleasure to meet you, and especially an open-minded folk like yourself. I appreciate the help so much. If I do have some notes here. If you'd like anything as far as possibly a spell I could share.
Oh, that would be lovely.
He says, it would be my pleasure. I have been hammering my head against a proverbial wall for so long, and he's just like, I'm afraid I don't have a ton, but I could probably share some notes on either false life or ray of sickness.
Oh, false life is of interest.
He says, but it would be my pleasure. Is there any you might be willing to share?
I have the typicals. You've got the hideous laughter, silvery barbs is always nice. I assume you have mage armor or shield already.
He says, yes, of course. Well, I would love to get maybe some silvery barbs. It is one that always confounded me for some reason. But here, and he gives you all the notes for Ray of Sickness. So whenever you have the chance and the gold to prepare it into your spell list, you can add it to your spell book.
Oh, so you did ray of sickness and not false life. Okay, that's cool.
Sorry, false life. He only,
False
he
life
only
is what you- okay,
yeah, he
that's fine.
only has enough materials to really pass along one. So he gives you
Gotcha.
false life.
False life is when I have the money. Yep.
Cool. And then
And then,
Yep.
yeah, I'll, I don't know if I got something to write on for the notes on. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll write some notes on silvery barbs on the back of playing cards.
okay.
Actually, I've got calligraphy tools, so calligrapher supply. So I assume there's paper and crap in there. Yeah.
And then
Either way.
as that progresses, you wind up taking all those notes. Maxie, you give Bardic Inspiration to Jonathan for his drinking. But is there anything else you'd like to do now that it's nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Sorry, Sarkeesian. What else did you want to do?
So one last note on Olivand. If he's making like an Arcana check or something like that for his research, I will provide him with a prayer from Mistra to aid him, like some guidance basically.
All right.
So he gets a plus before he needs to roll. Yeah. Okay, that's all.
All right, Maxie. What else would you like to do besides giving Bardic Inspiration?
First and foremost, I'd like to see if I notice anything around me that's interesting or weird, different, or out of place this time around.
Not at the moment. You do see that Sarkeesian's like very intensely talking to somebody else that appears to be some sort of wizard. You see Jonathan drinking very heavily and keeping up good pace in that drinking. And then we're not sure what Lucian's doing yet, but everybody else on the boat seems to be just kind of doing their normal thing. There's a few people that are just relaxing. a couple of people just like smoking a pipe. You do see there's a man that's very obviously like passed out drunk who was talking to Sarkeesian earlier, but that's about it.
Okay. I'd like to try. Maxie would like to try to see if he could get a commissioned performance for everybody in front of him, with the person who would be able to provide that on the boat. Best be able to provide that on the boat. Is it possible?
You can try and take requests if you'd like.
Does anybody have any requests for a
Alright.
song for me to play? Does anybody
you-
have a request? I can
As
play
you-
Free
anything.
bird! I shout. Free bird! Shout,
Hey,
free
free bird.
Free bird!
Free bird.
Did I hear a Stairway to Freebird? Stairway to Freebird it is.
Yeah. You immediately think of this song about how a wizard summons a familiar that is a bird, but suddenly it needs to be free of becoming chained by a spell. As I try to somehow translate Freebird into D&D terms. And it is a very common song.
Familiar.
Yeah, so you immediately like start strumming, and the song takes like 20 minutes to play. But go ahead and make a
course.
performance check.
How do I do? Oh no.
With an 8,
I think I accidentally. Whoops. I'm having like this issue where it comes up 3 times.
all right. Well, I'll take the first one. With an 8, you wind up like everybody's really into it at first, and then everybody suddenly realizes like, wow, this song's really long. This song's
Can I-
really long.
So
Can I burn a
Sarkeesian-
heroic? Can I burn a heroic inspiration?
You can if you'd like.
Okay. Let's have it actually work this time. Oh, I got a 3 again.
Yeah. Everybody's just
So I
like,
just have-
this.
Sarkeesian sees what's happening and decides to help with some prestidigitation pyrotechniques of like showering sparks behind him as he's playing the solo.
I'll cast guidance.
All
I
right.
don't know how much
there
that'll
you
help though.
Maxie will give you
Guidance.
one more roll, and you can get guidance to add a 1d4. So roll one more time.
Okay. All right. One more time. Okay,
There you
much
go.
better. And
Roll
I'll roll the
1d4.
guidance too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
It kind of dipped for a little in the
that.
middle, but it comes off with a bang at the end, and everybody's just like, yeah. And you wind up with
Just like the real Freebird.
yeah, exactly. You wind up with 9 silver and 5 copper, as everybody's like pretty pumped by the end.
All right, that's a fair amount.
And then
9 silver.
Lucian,
It was 9 silver, you said,
No,
and 3 copper.
yes. And then Lucian, what would you like to do?
Lucian's on a mission tonight. Let's see. Everybody's now listening to the music, partying, drinking, and whatnot. He is going to go look for the missing armor now.
All right.
He's like, okay, I didn't tell anyone. Well, let's go see what's up with that armor. I'm not going to tell anyone. It saved my life. But now I need to know.
All right. So you start heading down to look for the armor.
Does
Make
no one notice him go into the cargo hold?
they might. Lucian, are you trying to do so stealthily?
I good?
It's up to you.
Yeah, we'll try to stealth. I know that ain't gonna fucking work.
It's not too bad. You head on down and you start going through some of the cargo holds. How are you going through it? Are you trying to just like peek in each room to see if you see the armor?
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of peek in rooms, make 3 investigation checks.
1, 2, 3. Of
Okay.
course.
You
You know what?
peek
Let's
in.
make that. Let's use my heroic inspiration. We'll use one more roll.
Okay. So you
Okay.
manage to peek in all of the rooms that aren't the room that you went through, and then you go back and double check the room that you went into before. You don't see the suit of armor in any of them, but you do see some boxes that would be big enough to fit a suit of armor. Do you want to like try to pry open those boxes to start really digging in, or no?
Oh no, I'm not. But can I? Let's see if I could. What is this coming with? No. I'm not. I guess I'd look, see if it may have been open, if there's been any that seem like they're not, because it'd be hard to close a box completely going inside it. But no, I'm not going to open any boxes.
All right. So you head back up to the deck.
Oh, wait.
And-
What is the box that look like it's big enough?
There's a lot of boxes
What
that
is
look
there?
like they're big enough.
Who is there like words or a logo on them?
A few of them have logos. A couple of them are for like smiths, and a couple of them are for like furniture companies and other things like that. I mean, there's like 14 boxes that are big enough to house a suit of armor.
You can check if any of them have been opened or closed recently, like not fully sealed.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah,
you want to take all that time in somebody else's cargo hold and start digging through all that stuff, you're welcome to do that. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I just don't want to open the boxes. Well, we'll spend a little bit. Well, that room I went back to recheck. We'll check those boxes.
Okay, you go back to recheck the original room. You see them make an investigation check.
Oh,
As you're investigating, you're like trying to look through, and you in the ship slightly rocks, and you fall over, and you wind up breaking like 3 boxes, and it starts like rolling all over the place, and you're like, oh shit. You're like, you realize you just broke a bunch of cargo on the ship of a man who threw somebody out because they didn't pay a fee.
okay, here, not coming back in here. Take note of the ones. Okay, yeah, 14. Okay,
Okay.
is the quiet laundry list. Let's go.
All right. So you wind up getting out of there. You head back to the deck.
We'll blame it on the mimic. We'll blame it on the mimic.
Okay. As you make your way back up to the deck, the night starts to run out, and everybody's about to start heading down, when all of a sudden, the ocean gets eerily still. And there's no wind, no clouds, but the water just starts to suddenly churn and push and sway the entire boat. And there's suddenly a bang of lightning, and a huge wave that you didn't see before is suddenly visible.
Oh, that's not good.
And you can see that there's something deep inside the water.
We go under. Hold on.
As you get ready to go under,
Shit, mimic water. It's a mimic wave.
water comes out, and it seems to wrap around just the people that have been influenced by the future. and pulls them in. You find
Well.
yourself in the water, but then suddenly in something else.
Oh.
Oh,
Who, Jonathan has dark vision.
Yes, I believe I do.
Does anybody else
So
want to
dark.
cast light, or are you
I
going to
can
hang out?
cast light.
Okay.
Oh,
As you
I
cast
can
light,
cast light.
you realize you're in.
It's dark around me.
As it suddenly lights
cast
up, you
truth.
realize you're inside
How
some
about-
sort of creature.
Oh man, Lucian's heard about this story before.
Interesting thought here. How about I cast True Strike and then I can see.
You get ready to cast True Strike. As soon as it lights up, you're like, "Oh, I'm in something massive."
Ooh.
And you,
oh,
and you,
Man,
you,
we're inside a whale and we're short a wooden man.
and
Man, what am I
you,
gonna do?
you feel pressure building, and then suddenly it like dissipates, and you don't feel that
I offer
deep
a prayer
pressure anymore.
to my goddesses, Shanti and Alondra.
As the prayer finishes, the mouth opens, but no water rushes in as you find yourself in some sort of underwater cavern.
By the gods, where are we?
We've been drunk.
Darn,
Yeah. I got to refresh
feel
this
like
page 'cause it's
somebody
a little-
wants us here.
You do feel that there's something deep within here urging you forward as you feel this welcoming light.
We're inside a giant monster.
You are no longer inside a giant monster. You are in an underwater cave that is being illuminated by some sort of light.
So the giant monsters took us at the mouth and then took us to an underwater cave.
Yes.
Is it dark in here in the cave?
It is illuminated by some sort of light at the end of the tunnel, as well as like faint glowing rocks within the cave itself.
Is it like a cave, or is it like just a really long tunnel?
It's like you'd have to explore it to find out.
No, but like from what we can see, is it...
It appears to
Never
be
mind.
like a cave.
Okay,
Would the light
well,
be
we're in a
considered
giant cave with no idea how to get
right?
out.
Or
Well,
the
the only way
question
out
would-
is through.
The light
Exactly.
isn't necessarily like bright, but it's like it is definitely like some sort of. It feels like a fairly decent glow, and it's blue, and it's bright enough that you can see well enough in here, but not so bright that it's blinding.
Alright, well, the only way out is...
would I be able to ascertain whether or not it has some kind of magical property?
Make an Arcana and Religion check.
Okay, and I'll make the religion check next.
It you
Bad religion.
yeah you can't
Oh.
really sense anything from it.
I think you're onto something, said Sarkeesian.
Sarkeesian,
But I don't know what it is.
you can't tell if it's something magical, but you can tell that it is from something divine.
Nothing's coming to mind at the moment. The gods are not speaking to
Nice.
me directly.
Maybe this is what hit us with light before. Maybe-
Aye.
This is what caused these memories, and for some of you, personality changes. Maybe we go check it out.
Well, only one way to
It-
find out.
Maybe this can
Someone
tell
said
us
the
what
only
the
way
hell's been going
to
on
move
with us.
forward.
If I cast a light cantrip, would that do anything? Because there's already a light.
I mean, it
I
would
mean,
just make it slightly brighter.
there isn't.
I'll
There's like
just
2 of us
go.
that have light going.
It's.
Is
I'll just
there
go.
is there any
Yeah.
is there anything else I can see as we're walking along now and we're walking towards this light?
As you begin walking towards this light, you just feel something feels like you feel like actual power. Like it's like
Okay.
it's like an intense presence as you get closer and closer. The source of the light is revealed, and it is a god.
Oh,
Okay.
I need
Well, this is Jonathan's terrified.
Jonathan, you feel more welcomed than anyone, as it is Deep Sashelis, the one of the gods of the sea and one that you worship.
Right. You. Okay.
I need
Well-
this.
Sea god.
Everybody feels a urge to kneel before a god.
Lucian
Do
is
I
straight
have
doing
to
that.
kneel?
No resistance. Lucian's like, yep, okay.
No,
Well, okay, no, yeah, my intelligence is higher. I'm kneeling.
Yeah.
I should at least pretend to be who I. No, because okay, I should pretend to that my utter memories don't exist for now.
So
'Cause-
you,
Maxie Neals, no
Yeah.
doubt issue.
all right, Sarkeesian, are you kneeling?
I'm terrified.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
All right, you all kneel
Hold on.
before this divine power.
I become 1 foot tall.
Yeah.
Kneel before Zod.
He looks down at all of you as he is glowing, and he says, "Oh, one of my followers. I was not expecting you. I don't know what it is about all of you, but apparently you are the chosen that I needed to contact. There is some discourse amongst the gods, and I apologize that I must force this urgency on mortals, but we need aid. There's something about all of you
It is what
that makes you different, and I don't know what it is, but there is discourse amongst the gods, and apparently it is tied to the temples of power."
God.
aid is what we would
this,
look to provide the
He doesn't
gods.
seem to know our situation.
He you can make an insight check, but it does
Yeah.
seem that he doesn't really know why you guys are different.
23.
Yeah. With that
Yeah,
insight
'cause-
check, you're like, "Oh, he doesn't know. He has no idea that we are like somehow connected to future people."
Okay. We should keep that as much as possible. I don't need these gods finding out who I am. Well, yes. Okay, I'm going to get into character for a second. Well, yes. What do I call him? What do you call gods in D&D?
I see don't want to
God.
follow that you were seized.
You can call him Great One,
Lord.
my divine.
Yes, by a
whatever.
lord.
Yeah.
Anything in my power is yours for the asking. You just name it.
Says, "I do appreciate that of my own followers. But all I ask is you investigate what is going on with these temples of power. We have used them for quite some time, but they're losing their connection to some of my brethren. And I have had trouble reaching out to others of my kind. I don't know what's going on."
Lucian's gonna be like, new to this. What's a temple of power?
It's just
Well, it's a temple that's powerful.
he's like, they are
Really?
they are temples unlike any other. And he just kind of bows his head for a moment. He's just like, "I'm afraid I can't disclose much more. But these
Maxie
something must be damaged within them, and they need to be rectified and repaired so that way they can begin to channel the power to my brothers and sisters and recharge us.
Yes, sir.
Maxie has something to say. Sir, great deity of thunder and lightning and the sea. We are but humble folk who all seem to be of two minds. We seem to feel we've all encountered some kind of odd feeling this very morning, and we all feel as if we have some kind of bicameral nature. We all seem to be afflicted in this way, but we do not fully understand it ourselves.
And
if there's anything we could do to fully solve,
he looks around at all of you and says, "There is something different about all of you, but it is something beyond my power."
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If there is anything we could do to resolve our current states of mind amongst the four of us, and to fix what seems to be wrong, we would be of utmost gratefulness to do what we can towards that end.
He looks down and puts a hand on your shoulder. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
He's probably
Okay.
reading your mind now. I mean, it's not like.
6.
As he
My
puts his
intention
hand
failed.
on your shoulder, the pure divine power of being in contact with a god is almost overwhelming, and you find yourself falling unconscious. And he looks down and he's just like, that was not intentional. I did not mean to. Some are not very easy to come in contact with my kind. I apologize.
I completely understand, sir.
I at 0 HP?
No, you're just like unconscious, but still fully at max health.
Now, these temples of power, if you wish for us to investigate, you must we will. Just, do you think you could send us to them? That way we could take a look.
It says, I am aware of the location of 2 of them. One would be like sending you to death, but the other, I will send you as close as I can. Just head west as soon as you hit the shore, and you should find it. And you feel yourself get wrapped in a bubble and rushed through the seas. You find that you are going faster than you ever thought possible. And you immediately arrive on the shore with an unconscious Maxie who like starts coughing up water and wakes up. But you find yourself on the shore, and I need everybody to make a survival check.
Oh. Hey, I got that.
Are we able to guidance the survival check?
I don't got that.
There is no guidance added.
Okay.
With a
Nope.
with a 14 for Jonathan and Maxie, you know that you're within the kingdom of Vengroth. You're just not in the main city yet. But you are far, far south of the main city, probably at least 3 days travel. So you arrived at the shore. The sea is to your east, and Sashelis requested that you go west to find a temple of
Okay.
power.
Well, this is my potential way home, like back to my time. So I was tempted to ask him, when he showed up, but I should probably like do what he asked and get in like good favor with him first. Or I don't know how gods work. Okay, so we should wait. Which way is west? Does anyone have a compass?
We should venture away from. We
So,
should venture
we'll
to
see.
left.
Yeah. So you start heading west. You find yourself deep in the forest. And the foliage seems to be getting thicker and thicker. And it's like almost overgrown until you find a crack in the earth where a tree is sprouting out from deep within this crack. And you can look down and see that there is some sort of remnants of a tower or some sort of remnants of a temple.
I wonder if that's one of those so-called temples of power.
What is the?
Mm. Perhaps they are. It is. I would have also
sure.
had all the details that I missed out on while unconscious fully relayed to me,
Yeah.
whether or not I was unconscious. At this point, I'm pretty
We
sure.
should
Okay.
check it out. Hold on. Yeah.
I wonder
How
whose temple that
dangerous-
is.
Okay, they said one of the temples sending us there would basically be death.
Mm-hmm.
Which implies we should be able to handle this one.
Yes.
But just in case,
Yes.
maybe. Hold on.
I could send
what are
down
the
my
characters'
baboon.
names again? There's Maxie.
If you want to send Ben your
Lucy.
bamboo, you can.
Yeah, what's your? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Send like the familiar in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I'll send down the baboon 100
The,
feet as a
the
climbing speed.
baboon
Yeah.
climbs down the tree, and as it gets deeper within, I need you to make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Would be just for
14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gets to the top of the temple. You can look around, and with the small amount of light that is coming in from the crack, and it seems to illuminate the area pretty well, but there is an entrance off to the right, and the baboon is able to kind of hear some like almost like a beat. It almost sounds like there's like the faint echo of drumming.
Did we hear that in the first time? Like the first time when we were level 20?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
performer.
Okay. So there's people in there.
Okay.
We should head
Um,
inside, but keep the
Has
baboon
it, has,
ahead
it
of
gone, has it gone 100 feet yet?
I mean, it got to the surface of the temple. You can. Oh, sorry. You can get it. You can try and push it further if you'd like. If you want to try and get it to enter the temple.
Wait, I mean, does it see a door and things like that? Or?
Yeah, it sees the entrance. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Great. Sees entrance. Okay. So let's climb down and check it out, guys.
All right.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Temples. Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, my character hates temples now. That's a thing. Okay. Wait, does this temple look anything like the temple from like level 20?
No.
Okay. Okay, so it looks different. It's a different
Is there anything we would notice or be familiar with, either from either one of our lives?
No. I don't think so. Oh, didn't mean to zoom
Okay.
in that way. All right, I am. I have to refresh that page. I accidentally zoomed in on the wrong thing. There we go.
Oh no.
Reset zoom. There we go.
Okay.
If I walk a little bit ahead of the party slightly, what would I be able to see, or what would I be able to see if I climb down further ahead of the party?
I am trying to bring up the map. I'm just having some issues.
Oh, take your time, yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time. I'm looking to play the game. I'm having a blast. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Here it is. All right. Cancel. Move party here. There we go. All right. It'll look pretty black. If you look off to the right, there's a little platform with a little set of stairs. You can place you guys
Oh,
there.
big place. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm having a hard time pulling it up. Let me see.
Lucian,
Maybe I
you
should-
set off a trap.
Oh,
What? I was just placing.
Yep. You set off a trap when you stepped there.
okay. We should
Okay.
start with the baboon, like going first ahead of us. Right over there,
Can't
the
see
baboon.
anything.
You have to zoom out and then look all the way to the
Hey,
right.
what's the trap? I'll heal you.
All the way to the left, you said?
All the way to the
Right.
right.
All the way to the right. Okay. All the way to the right. I think I should scroll down.
You stepped on a pile of rubbish, and a giant rat comes out.
Oh,
I see it now.
roll initiative, I guess.
I got to bring up the initiative counter. Where the hell is the initiative counter? They moved everything around.
Okay. I have alert, by the way, guys.
There we go. Turn order.
No, so do I.
Hooray, we get to... Oh,
Oh, that's. Oh wow.
that's great. Yeah, just
Awesome
excellent.
rolls.
One more.
That's gonna die in one turn.
And initiative.
And an advertisement comes up on the Twitch screen, just as like I have the Twitch stream playing on my TV.
What is? Let me bring this one over here so I can actually keep track of everything. And I need to make sure that that your character is on there too.
Missing Sarkeesian's role.
There he
I
is.
think. No, we're not. We got it.
No,
I think we're
it's
only
there.
missing your roll, but I might be
My
able to
roll?
Or what did you roll?
Wow.
I made
I
the
rolled,
giant
an
rat
11.
roll for you. You rolled an 11. Okay.
Rolled an 11. Yeah, it's listed.
Yeah.
It should be listed in the tracker.
Yeah. All right. Then you see this giant
No, it's
rat.
Jonathan that's missing. I don't.
No,
I know he's
Jonathan,
not.
you were missing because you have to click your image in order to roll for it, but your image wasn't on there
Yeah.
yet. So, yeah. So you are actually first, Maxie. You see a giant
Okay.
rat pop out of this rubbish pile that Lucian accidentally stepped on.
Seeing it, I fly directly into action, and I immediately look to see there. Do I see more than one of them?
There is just one. It is a giant rat.
Just one.
Yeah.
Just one. So I'm gonna cast I'm gonna throw down a vicious mockery at it. It has to make a wisdom save of 13 or takes 1d6 psychic damage.
All right. Wisdom save of 13.
Fuck off out of here, you big disgusting rat.
It fails. And takes
5 damage.
5 psychic
Psychic.
damage.
Doesn't have to understand me.
Yep. And Jonathan, Let's see this
I'm
giant
gonna
rat pop out
go
of this rubbish pile.
attack the rat.
Okay.
Where did the hold on, sorry, my thing. I'll just tap it. That hits.
That definitely hits.
And it takes 7 damage.
Yep. You wind up stabbing the
grasp.
rat. I assume stabbing.
I shocking grasp.
Oh, you shock it.
Oh.
You roast it. It is now roasted rat.
Are we supposed to eat that?
burnt,
Or,
that burnt
No.
chicken
you take
smell.
that?
Ugh.
The baboon can have it.
Yes, we would best entreat it to the baboon.
And then before you see a doorway.
Oh, okay. So how's this room
We
looking?
should okay. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, so right now you're in this
Um,
like giant open cavern that has some faint light coming in, but
Mhm.
there's just you walked up on this platform and then there's the entrance to the temple in front of you, which just appears to be a small door.
Sarkeesian will cast light on the crystal on his ring,
Okay.
and then, oh, who's ever close there, see if the door is unlocked before we do things. Perhaps search for traps.
It appears to be unlocked.
I cast resistance on him before he opens the door. I'll cast resistance every step of the way, I guess, on whoever's going first.
Okay. Who's the fighter?
That would be Lucian.
Lucian.
Hey, that's me.
I cast resistance on you and go.
All right.
We've all voted.
I mean, you don't
Yeah,
have to. I
that's-
could go first if you would like.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The most well armored of us, sir.
I'm gonna kind of jiggle the door handle.
You jiggle the door and it kind of creaks open and the light spills in from behind you from Sarkeesian's
Ring. Yeah.
ring, and you see a large door or a large open sort of courtyard type room. There's 2 doors. It appears to be pretty empty, but there's just like random rubble of a few other dead rats. And much more small, normal sized rats though.
No one step on anything because that's a thing. So I'll walk in.
How far can
I
I
can-
jump?
Yeah,
can
I
have-
can control. There it is.
I can have the baboon go first.
Oh yeah.
How far can a person jump? Just wondering.
There's a
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
calculator that I would have to
Yeah.
pull up. It's based off their strength. and
Then
a whole
I'll
bunch of
just grab it.
I will have the baboon walk from the door to the southwest door. The Sarkeesian.
Jump 8 feet horizontal.
You do notice that there's a few more piles of rubble. Where is the baboon going? You said.
Wait, could I just check for traps?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
All right, make an investigation check.
And with some
Help
guidance,
action?
the blessing of Mistra.
Up action.
I'll
18.
throw down a. Yeah.
You can remember that this is built
Guidance.
for early levels. You don't need to be rolling a 21 for everything. So you look around and there's a few piles of rubble. Jonathan, you do kind of look within the rubble and you find a couple dead goblins.
Woo! First sign of life, guys. Well,
So
ish.
there are no traps,
Sort of.
or are there?
Dead fey creatures.
The
As you're
goblins
looking
are
around,
where the dead goblins are where traps are because they died from traps.
they appear to have been. Make a medicine check.
Oh, that is-
You can if
Damn.
Yeah, you can tell that they were like beaten to death or like stabbed to death, in various
by
spots.
giant rats.
Not by giant rats. They appear to have been from actual weapons. But also with your 18 investigation check, you do manage to find a secret door that appears to be over here.
Oh,
I will check it out. Is there? Yeah, I'll check it out.
Like a secret.
I
Like a
can't.
secret.
I can't move my token, but I'd love to try to help out with the investigation through. Is there something I could possibly see that's of any interest? Anything I could perceive?
Yeah, there was only like a small hole, and it appears to be like a small thing that you can kind of grip and pull out. There doesn't appear to be any other way to see past this secret door.
Okay, I'll pull open the secret door.
You pull open the secret door. And there's 3 skeletons inside.
I close the secret
quick, close
door.
it.
Close it immediately.
You try and shut the door immediately. Let's see how that
Can I
goes.
if they try, can I just like overpower them?
You can give it a shot. Where are
Athletics, help action, anyone?
I'd be bad at that. But I'll give you a bardic inspiration for trying.
Which way did the
How
door?
about
Did
that?
it open or did it go? Did it open up, out, or open in?
they? It opened into the room, into the big
Crap.
circular room.
Yeah, I close it.
So
If any
you
of
try
them
and.
come, I'll just crush their arm as they're like reaching out.
All right, so you start like slamming it shut on their arm. You see like arms breaking off. And you just kind of keep doing that, and then like you hear crumbling and crumbling each time. I want you to make just a general perception check.
Strength or athletics? So,
Just perception.
oh, okay.
Well, I can aid
Yeah.
you on that. I can give you the help action.
As you begin like slamming over and over and over again, you notice there's no resistance other than like the crumbling bones that you're breaking.
Oh, they're not actually. I open it and they probably won't get attacked.
Yeah, you just see a lot more broken bones. They're not like alive or undead. They're just skeletons.
Wait, so they're just. Oh my god. Is there anything in this secret?
Make another investigation check.
Lucian will go inspect the bodies of the skeletons, I guess.
Okay. Lucian, you can go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
Is there anything magical I can discern?
You do make an arcana
I
check.
can
if
ritual
you want.
cast it. I can ritual cast detect magic if you guys would like.
Yeah, go for it if you want.
Yes,
I
yeah.
I would do that. Okay, yeah.
Probably be preferable to to an arcana.
Yeah, so like 10 minutes and
Yeah, so
Obviously
you
concentrating
start
for a
casting
while,
detect
yeah.
magic. With your investigation check, you do see that each skeleton has 20 arrows. And I get to roll for the next thing that they have. 7, 9, and 14. A total of 14 silver. A total of another 14 gold. And then Sarkeesian, as your detect magic winds up coming to fruition, you notice that one of the arrows is glowing.
Arcana check?
DM, Max would like to make sure that his friends are fully inspired and ready to go. Plays a song while that detect magic ritual is going on,
Okay.
and gives a heroic inspiration now to Lucian and to Detrod.
Okay.
I mean, not Trud. Jonathan.
Okay. You find that one of the arrows is a +1 arrow.
Gotcha.
That's one arrow.
Yep, a +1
Okay.
arrow. You're level
We should
1. You
check
can't
that.
expect
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. To
No,
does a
because
single
usually
piece-
it's a +1 bow, so that's it. Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
have a bow?
No, but we have a fighter that can use bows.
I mean, yeah.
I'll just head into the next room.
All right.
Are these?
Sure.
Does it look like these arrows came from the goblins?
No, it appears that these skeletons were equipped with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this room looks like it may have gotten sealed shut at some point, and they may have been locked inside and starved to death.
Oh, and now we know. All right. So, are we going south or north, guys?
Let's continue south. And the goblins had no loot on them. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
I opened the door. I cast resistance on myself as well when I open.
All right. The masonry
Check for
walls of this
traps.
20-foot wide hall are in poor repair. The far end has collapsed, filling the southern section with rubble. So there is tons and tons of rubble in the bottom section of this.
Can I check for traps?
You can, if you'd like.
Okay. Anyone?
You do not
Else?
see.
Yeah. You get a guidance. Thank you. Yeah.
Uh,
Can I make a perception check?
with that, you can see that there's something kind of moving around in the rubble. It appears to be of a size similar to a giant rat.
Yeah, watch this. I
Have the baboon check it out.
I was going to try to let's do something here.
Actually,
Step
detect magic,
into
so-
the room,
I'm still concentrated on it.
and then at the what seems to be rumbling around, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at it.
All right, it's moving around. You get some idea of where it's at. You can't see
Something
it very
like-
well, so I want you to make your casting at disadvantage.
All right, try to scare it off.
Wizard initiate must be.
You still hit with a 23.
Again.
So go ahead and roll damage.
Yep.
A
Oh,
1.
one.
You do
Wow.
hit it. It's cold. It can't really move around well, but it starts moving towards you. I'm not going to bother having everybody roll initiative again. It moves like this far before you guys can do something again.
I'm assuming we just blast it and it dies. We kill it in 2 turns last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
it's,
keep blasting
As we
away.
said, yeah, intelligence saving roll.
I shout
for a D6.
I shout an insult at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'll
it's-
just
Another Ray of Frost.
like I just honestly ignore it as I walk past while you guys burn.
You come up to another door, and it has
I
some sort of
open it.
like dragon-like markings on it. You're unable
cast
to open it.
resistance and I open it. Oh.
Is it magical? And I read
It
the
is
cogs?
magical. Your detect magic is making this shows
If I
that the lock
break
itself is magical.
I tried to break the door. Wait, what's the door made of?
The door
Move token.
is carved out of stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, hold on. I'm just gonna quickly. Actually, I'll see because the two characters
you.
in this body would do 2 different things. Okay, I'm gonna try break the door down.
All
Because the
right,
lock is magical, not the door.
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Well,
You slam into the door and do
13.
nothing.
Lucian will
Alright.
try to slam into the door.
You try slamming into the door.
Oh, and worse.
Do nothing.
Anyone else want to try?
Shoulder.
I just keep trying till I get it.
Sarkeesian says, Mister, give me strength. Oh, that was
How
almost
much
a natural
HP
20.
does a stone door have in D&D?
I would say something about reading magic or something. Oh,
No, there's like an official rule on how much HP a stone door has in D&D, right?
I mean, it is
we can-
Yeah, there
enchanted
is.
with a magical lock right now.
Yeah, but the lock is magic, not the door.
Yeah, but
Maybe we can go through the
it's
walls.
magic, so it can reinforce the entire door and walls.
Okay. I'll go to the side and I'll try to break the wall.
All right, you try and break the wall of this magical temple. It just
16.
bounces off. And
Can I try? Can I
Alright.
use perception or investigation to find a weak point in the wall?
you can try, as Sarkeesian, you notice that like a flare of magic bounces from where Jonathan hit.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
try
I
to
don't.
hit it with a
Do I find a
don't
weak
tell.
point
Hold on.
in this wall?
Yeah,
DM.
I don't tell him
Ian,
that
can I
what's
try to
happening.
hit
I
you?
just want him to keep trying.
Okay. You
DM,
keep
can I try to
randomly
hit the
smashing.
wall with,
So
can I
is
try
it
to
a
hit the
weak-
wall with a dagger and cast
Yeah.
true strike on?
If you want to, go for it. Yeah, you
Okay.
slam into the
That's-
wall with your dagger, and it does nothing.
Hold on, I haven't rolled
So-
damage yet. Roll to hit.
It's not going to do anything.
Has my 17 investigation found a weak point?
It has not.
Damn it.
Was there draconic written on the door,
Yeah,
or were there or just
it-
dragons written on the door?
there was like a dragon design.
Oh, dragon design. That's what it was. Okay.
what is
Uh,
the dragon doing?
It just seems to be like coiling around the door, and then like its mouth opens around the locking mechanism.
Right.
Hmm.
Character takes a second to calm down. Well, or, the other side of them that isn't level 20
Oh.
is, calms them down. So we should check out the other door.
Yeah,
Well-
let's do that.
Well,
Wait, wait.
well, hang on a second.
Yeah.
I put my familiar back in my pocket dimension, and then I summon the familiar on the other side of the door.
Can you do that?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, you could before 2024. Let's see if you still can.
Let me look at this.
Yeah. It doesn't say that you summon it anymore. That's interesting.
You gain the service of familiar.
Oh, appearing in an unoccupied space within range. And the range is 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to allow it. You summon it on the
Okay.
other side of a door. Let me
And then it
look
dies.
at what this happens.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
brooding music begins through.
I'll be looking through its senses.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. My character tries breaking the wall again.
All right. You find your familiar in a room.
Okay.
3 alcoves are on the north and 1 on the south. Each alcove contains a dust-covered stone pedestal with a fist-sized crystalline globe resting on it. The globes in the northern alcoves are cracked and dark, but the globe in the southern alcove glows with a soft blue light. Faint tinkling notes issue from it.
Where's the drumming coming from?
You
Can the
can't hear it
baboon?
anymore.
Oh.
Huh. Can the baboon open the door from that side?
It tries, and it doesn't open.
Just to make
So
sure.
So you guys want to go northwest, or you want to have a baboon adventure?
I say let the baboon try some stuff.
Does a dirty 20 work?
A dirty 20
Let
does
the
not
baboon
work.
try.
Okay.
Wow.
You want the baboon to keep moving forward?
Have him touch things. How much do you like the baboon?
I could summon
You're
him
like the
again.
baboon.
You can
It
make
costs me
another
10
one.
gold. Exactly.
Give him wings.
I'm just gonna see what side of me wins this.
That's
I mean,
about
flying
it.
monkey is a
That's the only
D&D
thing.
creature.
Yeah, flying monkey. Oh my god, that'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Those are great. Yeah.
I'm gonna just keep trying.
What? I wouldn't know if that's a flying monkey
Do,
is.
do you want to send the monkey down and mess with that glowing crystal, or just we go northwest and come back to it?
I want to see him mess with the glowing crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. It's going to cost me 10 gold. All right.
All right.
Literally every
It-
roll I've
Probably-
done.
So my token will now be the baboon,
Okay.
and so the baboon will go this way and go this way, and I'm using its senses.
And the baboon check
And,
for traps.
You can attempt to.
I see code. Yeah. The
Oh, this is happening.
baboon. The baboon.
But our characters actually just sit here.
For reference,
We're just watching his body. Just make sure nothing happens to him.
Yeah.
How much time is passing? Are we noticing that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a normal amount of time. It's just like, it's taken a couple minutes, but you see Sarkeesian kind of like focusing in and communicating telepathically as this baboon is in the room, and the only thing creating light in this room is that globe to the south.
Baboon doesn't have dark vision, so honestly, might not even be able to
No.
see anything if it keeps going.
Right, exactly.
I think we should just head
Yeah, so
get away.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. So
We should head northwest. I don't know. Is
Uh-huh.
it northwest?
I want to see the baboon touch the orb.
all right, so the
Yeah, me too.
baboon will go over and inspect the orb.
As it starts like kind of poking at the orb,
Yeah.
and the tinkling sound gets louder and it gets brighter, and then it cracks and it goes dark in that room.
Oh,
Yeah, have the baboon come back.
Well, baboon can't see anything, so the baboon, I pull him back into the pocket dimension, and so now it's a dark room.
All right. Well, we'll have to
Let's go
deal with that
northwest.
later.
all right.
Mass
Northwest,
resistance,
here we
and I
go.
opened this door.
All right,
All right.
help me move my token, oh deities
Yeah.
/ DM.
Okay.
Hallway.
Thank you.
I
Thank you. My bad.
You just have the baboon run down the hallway.
That's why I have him.
I can just roll investigation.
And you should refer to the baboon now as Lord Ruddy Bottom.
Lord
As
Ready Bottom.
starts running
Lord
down the
Ruddy
hallway.
Bottom.
Lord
Uh,
Ready
there are
Bottom.
3 doors in this hallway.
Are any of them locked?
They don't appear to be at first glance, but you can try and open some and see what happens.
Okay, hang on. We'll simultaneously. Ready?
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
You kick the door
go.
open.
All right, you kick the doors open. What?
Did they lead to the same room?
Oh,
Is this a toilet?
I don't.
One
feel
is an empty
comfortable.
room. The one to the north is an empty room.
You can just look left. Is this area on the left a wall?
But-
And so the
It's a
area to
wall.
the
He puts,
south.
Is that a
Yeah.
wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Move
Yes, it is a
Maxie
wall.
into the hallway too.
I will
Yeah.
check out what this is.
So the room to the south. The room to the north is empty. There's nothing in it. The room to the south, there's a stone relief carved door sealing the chamber. You opened it, or you attempt to open it, and then you're in a 10-foot square. It's just carved out of stone, and there's an upright keg fashioned out of rusted iron.
Can I check it out?
It appears to be a very tightly sealed keg.
Can I like try to figure out what's inside it?
You can try. How are you going to try and do that?
Can I like shake it and then like feel if it's warm or cold or something?
You shake it a bit.
In case it's like explosive or something like that.
It feels so massively in place that it's like hard to even shake, but you can still kind of hear like this metallic sound and a slight sloshing of some sort of liquid inside, but it's like bolted down.
Hey Siri, do baboons have fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get out and have the baboon open the thing.
Yeah, it doesn't
As
seem to
Lord
be.
Ruddy Bottom opened the.
In order to
Ruddy
open it,
bottom.
you'd have to like crack it off of the bolts. The bolts are rusted though, so it's possible.
Guidance athletics check.
If you want the
I
baboon to
guess.
do an athletics check with guidance, you're welcome to give it a shot.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
its strength is only an 8 too. It's got a better
Yeah,
strength than I do.
Oh man, I can only target creatures with Ray of Frost.
The baboon rolled a natural 20.
No.
Oh my god. No.
It cracks open the pot,
This guy.
and two mephits pop out.
To what?
Mephits.
Method.
Mephits.
Can you just teleport the baboon over here and then I'll close the door?
As an action, I would
One is made of ice and one is made of steam.
Ooh.
I closed the door.
Steve. Ooh.
You
I'm gonna
attempt
hold
to,
it shut as he teleports the baboon over.
All right, you hold it shut. I need you all to roll we'll keep the same initiative order. Let me go ahead and take get this one and this one.
Roll the 10.
Oh,
Wait, are we keeping the same?
No,
Initiative.
we'll just keep the same one.
That's fine.
I'll close the door and the steam method will get out. So, is the steam method the one on my right or the one in?
Wow.
Go to ad breaks like during
Wow.
initiative, by the way.
Oh yeah, good time for ad breaks. All right, Maxie.
I mean,
you're up
there's
first.
quite a bit of yeah, I know. I'm just gonna offer that there's quite a bit of whatchamacallits,
Kill the steam one.
I'm gonna kill them both.
I mean, the
I'm focused-
door is
I'm, like,
closed right
focused.
now, so you
The
can't
steam
even
one can
see.
get
Right.
under the door if it like. Actually, no, I don't think there's a rule saying steam methods can go through like holes and stuff. So we could just close it. Kill them. Kill them both.
We'll try. It requires valuable spell slots, I think, in this case. Because I got 2 creatures that I'm trying to kill. Alright. So I'm gonna go beside you. I'm gonna briefly peer open a little bit, and try and do a real attempt at killing these things. Alright, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Let's
that's
do
8 damage, and they have to make a con save.
All
Or
right.
they make a con save, and on a fail, they take 4 damage. And if they fail, they
Wait,
also
no,
get
you'll hit the
knocked-
baboon. You'll hit Lord
That's
Ruddy
fine.
Bottom. What?
Lord Ruddy Bottom.
I mean, the familiar that dies anyway at like the slightest hit, slightest
Yeah.
touch. Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
gets
they-
called back as soon as,
so they-
as soon as
they
there's
both-
a ritual.
They both fail, and they're taking
8 damage.
see,
Does
8
does
damage.
Lord
Yep.
Ruddy Bottom succeed?
Under damage.
What kind of
Like-
saving throw was it?
Con save.
Constitution.
Con saving from.
I probably cast resistance on Lord Ruddy Bottom before. Oh, he succeeds.
So he would take half damage.
So
Hey, how much
Yeah.
is
Oh,
half
he
damage?
dies
Lord
anyway.
may
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Does he die anyway?
He has 3 hit points.
Oh,
yeah.
he took
Yeah,
4.
you would die. You would
No.
die. Yeah. Yeah.
Do the methods succeed from what we can tell?
No, they both failed. And then
You both
Should I
fail.
close the door or should I just attack?
it is your turn, so you can decide whether you want to close or attack.
What do you guys think? This is a pretty interesting situation.
I'm just making sure damage is applied, everything's good, right, DM?
I'll attack the. Hold on, let's see. 'Cause I'm not sure. Because when they die,
I will.
I played Baldur's
A
Gate.
bonus
When methods die, they like explode, right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll wanna.
I thought that was just a Baldur's Gate thing.
Oh wait,
I'm
I
not
want
too
a
sure.
bonus action.
I'll
Give a
attack
bardic
one of
inspiration.
them.
Which
You-
one?
I'll
Jonathan,
You
attack.
want to?
Hey,
I'll
Jonathan,
attack one in my range.
Okay, Maxie, you're going to Bardic Inspiration who?
Jonathan.
Okay, Jonathan, you have Bardic Inspiration. Jonathan, you are
Jonathan.
Shocking Grasp with the ice or the steam?
Which one's the one next to me? That's the ice one, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the ice one is down and to the right, and the steam one is just down, down.
I'll attack the ice one.
All right, you
I mean,
attack the
yeah,
ice one.
It's close. It does 8 def.
Damn.
Yeah, you hit it. You deal 8 damage.
I'm
It is
gonna.
still alive.
Oh. I think I could make a saving throw, right? Against the ice method's death explosion. But I don't know what
I
the
mean,
saving
you
throw
are
is.
a level 1.
Yeah, and it's like what? It's probably like a D12, and I only got 11 HP. I'm gonna let it have the opportunity
any-
attack, and I'm gonna
Alright.
move out.
If it makes
Are you going to
If it
try and
makes
close
anything
the door?
easier,
Wait, can I
they were
just
both
close the
top-
door and move? Closing the door is a free action, right? It's an
Yeah,
object
you
interaction.
close the door, preventing.
I
them
closed the
between
door and moved, so they can't. Yeah, I closed the door and moved.
Also, I think,
attacks. Okay.
hold on. I think Shocking Grasp actually gives you the ability to disengage.
Oh,
No.
okay,
it-
so
I think it just gives
Does it?
advantage if they are wearing metal, and that's the only thing about it.
Okay.
Get rid of
Yeah,
reaction.
I'll double check.
I just closed the door and I leave and I move.
All right, then Lucian, you're up.
Crap.
You can open the door for free and then attack.
Or I can move next to the door
Ready?
and
Or...
ready in action. I will withdraw the great sword
Okay.
and have it in like a thrusting stance, waiting for anything to open up the door on the other side.
Do you
Okay.
have to push like weapon mastery? You could probably get them away.
No, the great
Oh,
sword.
yeah. Actually, it looks like you would be able to get away thanks
Yeah.
to Shocking Grasp without provoking an attack of opportunity.
Or do I use the longsword?
So
I already
did
closed the
you
door.
open it? Or,
I'll-
okay, you kept it closed.
I already closed it. I might as well.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll use great sword.
Okay, so you prepare an action to stab something if it pops out.
Yep.
Sarkeesian, what are you up to?
Sarkeesian goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to here, and then readies an action to cast the mind spell, mind
Mind
sliver.
sliver.
All right.
Yeah,
It's liver.
if someone
Yeah.
opens the door.
All
Such a
right.
good beat. Such a good beat.
The steam method
It wasn't a
opens the
beast,
You can go
door.
to here actually.
As soon as it does, it triggers those 2 repaired actions. Lucian, go ahead and make your attack roll.
You hit the steam rise method.
Oh!
14
Damn.
damage. You hit the
You probably
steam.
killed the.
You do hit it. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Actually, this might kill the ice method
Woo!
because it's explosion. Probably will hurt.
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fail, so you take 4 fire damage.
Oh, so that is a thing.
Yep. And apparently, ice methods are vulnerable to fire damage. So the ice method dies. When the ice method dies, it also explodes.
It
Make another
explodes.
dexterity saving throw. That one you pass as shards of ice whiz past your head, but you do still take the initial 4 damage from fire. But they both die.
Man, it's like they were like set up grenades. Bonus action, second win.
That's hilarious.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
So, what's in the bucket now?
Okay.
Now it is
loot?
just empty. But there
okay.
was
There was nothing in there.
actually there are
Next door.
5 tiny sapphires, each worth 10
Ooh.
gold.
Oh,
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 I'll
So a total of 50 gold.
yep. Yeah.
we
I'm
split
keeping track of
them.
these here too.
I believe the person who killed them both should have 2 of them then.
yes.
No, Lord
and then the
Ruddy
rest of
Bottom
us
should
each
have no. Lord Ruddy Bottom should have one though, right?
Exactly.
We'll turn it
what
into
about
like
the
a
cost of
necklace for
goods?
him. So 1 each, then 1 for Lord Ruddy
Oh,
Bottom.
oh, you're gonna cheat me of 1. I see.
No. There's
Like, I
5
didn't
of
have
them,
enough-
so you can. There's 5 of them. You can. Everyone gets 1, including Lord Ruddy Bottom.
Got it.
To pay for
Understood.
materials. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
I
Fine.
got this sapphire.
Yeah. Okay. It'll look nice on Lord Ruddy Bottom.
No.
Here we go.
Star. No. Yellow. No. Okay.
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna go. Yeah. So I'll just, I guess, add 10 gold to my total amount.
yeah.
Okay, and yeah, 10 gold. Yeah, okay. That's what I figured at first, and I was like, no, maybe I need to just add a sapphire. No, add 10 gold. Makes
Yeah,
it
I
easier.
tried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Room to the north.
I open it after
The
casting
room to the
resistance
north is
on myself.
empty.
Yeah. How, like,
Right.
suspiciously empty or just like empty?
Just empty as far as you can tell. Unless you want to make an investigation check or
Let's
something.
do
Yeah, we'll make
let's
it
look for some secret doors. Yeah.
Cool.
Right. While this is happening, summon Lord Ruddy Bottom again. We need him.
Oh,
He's a valued member of our party.
I need to change this.
I-
It's a crucial member.
Hey, Blue
Okay.
Sun, thank you so
All
much
right,
for
let's
hopping
see.
in. Sorry you didn't get a notification. But yeah,
Let's see here.
so now there's only the
Oh, they're always.
currently closed door to the left.
I open
So,
it.
so during that investigation check, or somebody's, that takes an hour.
Yeah,
gonna
it
spend an
takes a
hour
while
here?
to get a find familiar.
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay. So never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do that
we're
now.
working for God right now. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you want. So
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no time limit on this. We have 1,000
yeah,
years.
it's like,
right?
well,
So-
should we rush through this because
The
there's a
gods.
God waiting for us?
I mean, he just wanted you to
I'll-
investigate and help out.
Yeah, no, we're
your-
level
your pace
1.
is
He
up
can't
to-
expect too much. Oh God, I
Yeah.
talk about a God. Wow.
So,
This is
so
strange.
should I summon Lord Ruddy Bottom again? Should
Hold
I
on,
summon the
just-
flying monkey?
Yeah, summon a familiar again.
Hey, I'm going to do a flying monkey this time. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like flying would
Oh.
help in here though.
Yeah.
So
I'll
you
mark
get
that off
a
already.
flying monkey back. And
Yep.
then
Always helps.
Jonathan with a G, are you heading through the door?
Yes.
How many
Okay.
nat 20s and nat 1s did I miss? I think you got
I-
2 nat 20s.
One nat
and-
20, like 2 nat 20s, and then like 5 nat 1s.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
been way more nat 1s. We're all level 1 right now. So
Open the door.
you open the door
Oh.
and you see an odd-looking little kobold sitting next to a cage. He's not in the cage. He's next to a cage.
Does he seem hostile in any way? Like, would he attack us?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Can
Did someone else do
can
it?
you put me?
He's
up
not
close?
even really looking at you guys. Yeah, I'll move
No,
here.
but like, if he saw us, would he attack us? Can we try to determine?
With an insight of 5,
Yeah.
you can't really tell.
What if I got? Oh yeah.
Wow.
Sarkeesian, you get a better feel. You get that he is kind of curled up and crying next to the cage.
There, gentleman beside me. I offer that we try to help this this small kobold here. Let me see if we can offer any services to them. All right. So then Maxie goes forward and asks, "Oh, guy, is there a way we can help you?
He looks up and he's he kind of doesn't even look up right away, and he's just like, nobody can help. I've been trying for. And then he looks up. He's like, oh my god, a human! And he like backs away very skittishly.
The little guy, we're not here to make things worse for you. We're here to try to help a great and powerful being, and maybe help other people too.
It's like,
Is there anything we can do to brighten your day?
It's like,
Can I play a song? Can I play a song for him?
he's just like, well, I'm the dragon keeper here, and they took our dragon.
How big was this dragon? You don't mind my asking?
Like, well, he's still a little guy, but he's my little guy. And he starts getting like kind of worked up, but
Poor little thing.
he's like, but he was still so small, and I was looking after him, and then I'm bringing up exactly how big this thing is, but he was getting big. He's bigger than me at least, and his white little scales are doing so well. I mean, he's only a wormling, but still. And he's just like, but those damn goblins took him from us.
If it helps, we saw several of them seemingly gone. Seemingly gone from this plane of existence, young one. They don't seem to be here to bother anybody anymore.
He's like, well, there's a lot of them in here.
I mean, well, we can try our best to do what we can to alleviate that issue and remove some of them from the premises. It will take some serious time and effort on our parts.
Like, wait, you'd be willing to eliminate the goblin threat? You would be our saviors. And he like tries to grab your hand and start pulling you along.
Oh.
Okay, I go along with him.
Okay. You find yourself going down a dark hallway. I'm gonna just tie you two together for a second.
One thing I actually mentioned in another game just earlier, and it's actually just plain true. Kobold is another word for goblin.
Oh.
In German. It's the German word for goblin.
As you start walking your way through, he's like, oh, by the way, don't go in that door. We have our goblin prisoners in there. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal, as he just starts kind of guiding you through, and he opens a few doors here and there. He's just like, we have help.
Okay.
With somebody's going to actually help us.
Look at all the kobolds.
More and more kobolds are revealed as he starts guiding you through. He says, Eustriel, somebody's finally willing to help us and clear out the goblins. And this very obvious goblin leader sorry, I should pull the map over here. Looks at all of you. She's just like, really? Well, that would be quite helpful. Thank you. They have been quite pests on our side for some time. We can try and give you some guidance, and we would thank you quite so much. If you want to help Meepo with his little dragon problem, you can do that too. But we would just be really thankful if you would clear out the goblins.
How many goblins are there exactly?
DM, by the
Yeah,
way,
I'm back.
what's its Jonathan's player just like had to dip for a second because they're having internet issues, I think.
Okay.
Their token's stuck at the door. Want to move it?
I already got it. All right. So he's
I'm back.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your token was stuck.
So the leader looks at all of you and she's just like, if you're willing to help Meepo, we would greatly appreciate it. But more importantly, if you would kill all those pesky goblins, that would be much, much better.
What exactly are the goblins? You guys are sort of taking
Kobolds
up
don't
this
like
entire
goblins.
place.
He's like, oh, well, there is 2 levels to this, and they are kind of covering the whole downwards. They tried to take us prisoner, but we took them prisoner, but they did get a few of us as well.
Do you know where the stairs are?
It's like, yes, but you have to get through a few goblins to get there.
Very well.
How many goblins are there?
Very well.
He's like, well, we've seen a couple dozen.
All right. Well, this might take a bit.
Question, guys. Are you the original occupants of this
Right.
building?
They're probably the reason the place is being disturbed.
It's like, no, we just, find a good place to be. It's nice. It's cozy.
So you were here before the goblins or after?
Well, we kind of arrived at the same time as the goblins, but then they apparently had somebody backing them up after the fact, and then they wanted the more powerful stuff, and then they tried to kill us, and so we started killing them, and you know how it goes.
Yeah. This is
turf war between them.
Goblins is the real threat.
How do we know these guys and the goblins aren't the reason this place is being disrupted power-wise, like to the gods? How do we report this back to our boss?
Yeah, this is something we would end up having to report back. But right now, I
Yeah,
think
there's a bunch of goblins,
Jonathan,
but they're actually pretty good people.
we're looking to make our way through, survive, and grab what we can, and then sure we can survive off of that. We want to be in good graces with these kobolds right now because there are a lot of them.
He
What sort of
overhears.
group?
They
and
could
he's just-
kill us all if they want.
He does
to, so-
overhear, and he's just like, well, there is an
Yes.
altar down below, apparently, but they haven't
Is
let
that where
us
the
go and see
goblins
it.
are?
He's like, well, that's apparently the other intruder that we haven't been allowed to meet is apparently down there and helping them, and he's
That's where the goblins are. We have to go down
That's probably the person we're
Yeah.
sitting here for.
there. Where are the stairs?
Yes.
Or
and-
elevator?
and
he's just like, oh, one of my elite will show you the way. We have
But-
set up a couple traps, but do yourself a favor and do not access the doors to the northeast. There's quite a few little messy buggers in there.
All right.
Is there like a price per head here, or
Right.
just like
We're not-
Good question.
gracious?
We're doing
Any
this.
chance we
we're
could get
helping
some coin or some spare rations?
He's like-
We're
We're
working
getting-
for
we've already
God.
been-
We don't need money.
Do
He's
you
like-
guys like? Is there like a connection between you and other Cobalt tribes, or is it just like
Going-
you alone?
We're going to significant risk for our lives and for the gods.
He's like, well, I do have this
Yeah.
key.
Ooh,
What does it
that's
open?
useful.
That would be wonderful. Yes, a key that we can use to find more evidence of this temple's current workings.
It does have these
Excellent.
like
That's
it
perfect
does
for
have
us.
a mark of a dragon on it.
All right, let's go kill some goblins.
He's like, "Oh, well, delightful," and he shows you the
We're
way.
scared.
And Meepo brings you over here, and Meepo is like, "Hey, look, I'm not much of a fighter, but if you could please bring my Caltrix back, or Calcrix, I would really appreciate it. He's my everything."
Oh, what?
Do our best, little guy.
What's a cow?
Calcrix is
Dragon.
his dragon.
His wormling.
His
It's a white dragon wormling appearance.
What
Wormling.
what
Alright. Let's
species
go.
of dragon is he?
Well, he's a white dragon wormling. He's quite young,
Okay.
but he is mine.
Wait, isn't that from Sunless Citadel?
Maybe that's where you are currently at, and maybe that's the thing that I'm
Ah.
using.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I take a lot of existing dungeons and then repurpose them.
yeah.
So he opens
What
this
dungeon is
door.
this?
Sunless Citadel.
Wait,
I
Okay.
have
So he opens this door. He says, "Oh, be careful. You're going to want to go around the edges here." And he kind of like very obviously shows you a pit that would open if you crossed it.
any other tricks or traps we should be careful of going forward?
It's like, just be very, very careful of the Northeast. There's tons of undead and rats and stuff in there. We don't really go there.
Away from the Northeast. Okay. I guess
So-
we'll go save your friend now.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go
You
save
go
the friend.
downstairs.
So this is where we're going to end. But
Alright.
All right.
you have made friends with
Can we level up?
kobolds. You
Yes.
do level up.
I'm
You are
kidding.
now
Oh,
level
we
2.
do.
What?
Anthony,
Yeah.
we're level 2 now.
Yes, you are
Can
now
we
level
recover?
2.
Can we recover? Can we recover as if on a long rest?
Yes, you can essentially have a long rest before going up against an army of goblins and God knows what else below.
Please. All right, level 2 and long rest, and I'll add a new spell later. Perfect. Awesome. This has been an amazing, fun
right.
time. This has been a good time.
This is
It
awesome.
was-
So
Yeah.
each temple of power comes from a pre-existing map, but I repurpose them, change them up a little bit. They're not following like the story. I just get to reuse the map to save myself some time.
I like it. Yeah.
Righteous.
But you have all entered the kingdom of Vengroth, even if you haven't gotten to the main city of Vengroth. You have met a few people on your voyage, and you have made friends with a series of kobolds and leveled up to level 2.
And a god. Don't
And
forget
you,
the god.
Of course, met a god.
The god is not our friend. He is our boss.
Coming from the cleric in the party.
He's our contractor.
He's our master. I don't know. It's funny.
So with that, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens if you
God
manage to
above
clear
us.
out all
He
these.
is a being above us.
Yeah, if you manage to clear out all of those and you make your way down below and figure out what happens in a temple of power, because some crazy shit's going to go down.
Excellent.
But
Yep.
that's where we're going to end today's session. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you so much for everybody that watched. It was a good one. I tried to mix a decent amount of role playing and a little bit of combat, but next session will probably be much more combat heavy. So
Yeah,
Right?
we'll try to throw
Yeah.
some
Yep, all right. Well,
some social.
wait. So what are we going to be doing next week exactly on Saturday?
next week whoever will try and keep making our way through this, but we'll see how far you get, see what happens out of it. So I don't know. And see what happens in the end of this dungeon, because some crazy shit's gonna happen. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it all depends on your choices as the player. Because I've tried to make this campaign more than once, and every time they don't figure out the secret stuff. So.
Oh.
But it all depends on your choices. There's plenty of secret stuff. There's lots of secret stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much for
Awesome.
playing.
All right.
We're going to wrap up today's stream. Thanks to everybody that watched, and I hope everybody rolls more nat 20s, especially at level 2, because you guys need it.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
See y'all.